And while James is off riding a trail, the kids and I are going to go and explore the ghost town of Grafton. Bucket list item time. We are at the ghost town of Grafton, Utah. These aren't the only buildings, there's a couple others. So this was founded 1862. We've got the schoolhouse slash church, built in 1886. The two-story walls stand on a lava rock foundation quarried from a nearby hillside. Its adobe bricks were handmade from clay dug west of town. The settlers cut trees on Mount Trumbull, nearly 75 miles distant, hauled them across the Arizona Strip and down the Wood Road steep cliffs to hew the building's beams. Used as a school, church, meeting house, and community center, the building hosted Friday night dances that drew cowboys from far out on the Arizona Strip. No way. The last school class met in 1919. Then we've got what house is that? Where would that be? Oh, okay, so the house over there, way over there, and we'll go over there in a minute, is the Louisa Marie Russell home. Alonzo H. Russell built this home between 1873 and 1879 for his wife Louisa. Louisa Marie owned one of the first weaving looms in Grafton, which she brought from New Hampshire. We'll go over to the cemetery in a little bit, but then this one over here, the Alonzo, I thought he built that house, probably for another wife. Alonzo Haventon Russell built this adobe home around 1862 and lived here until 1910. Following Alonzo's death in 1910, his son bought the house for $200 and a cow. The home's last residents moved to St. George in 1945. Why did they leave? Bare subsistence living, that's why. Limited acreage, loss of fields from repeated floods. They built a canal to deliver the Virgin River water to a wide bench 20 miles downstream. When the Hurricane was finished in 1906, many Grafton families packed everything, some even their houses, and moved to Hurricane. Without enough children to warrant a school and lacking culinary water and electricity standard in other communities, Grafton gradually became the ghost town we see today. The last resident left in 1945. Fond memories of the wonderful community spirit, evening song fests, and Friday night dances prompted former residents to initiate yearly Grafton reunions that continue to the present. So originally in 1859, 5 families from Virgin settled 1 mile downstream of modern-day Grafton. Crops were planted, irrigation ditches dug, and homes built. 3 years later, in January 1862, a raging flood destroyed the infant town. The pioneers began again in 1862 on the present site. Cotton production didn't last long. The farmers quickly realized they needed all their land to grow food. By 1864, 168 people lived in Grafton, and irrigated farming was intense. Homes clustered in the village center to support community and religious life. Farm fields ranged along the river, and cattle grazed mesa tops. Life was hard, but there was always time for music and dancing. In 1866, after settlers were killed near Colorado City by Navajo raiders, Grafton's residents moved to the protection of Rockville. Grafton farmers returned daily to tend their hometown fields, and by 1868, Grafton was resettled and the residents were back working to create the future. So then what house is this one? Oh, that must be the one. No, it's not that. Or is it the one down there? Split rail fence, large log barn, and a raised one-room granary were like the home built in 1877. All have been restored. Oh, that's awesome. From Grafton, looking north toward the cliffs of Zion. Yeah, we are just outside of Zion National Park here. Looks like the schoolhouse church is locked, unfortunately. But this house might be open. Looks like it, maybe. Or no, that's just a really thick adobe wall, and so it looks like it might be open. That one is definitely open. This is probably top of the line kind of house for the time and the location. Looks like it has a root cellar even. Oh, think how hot it would be trying to sleep up there. There's a good chance they slept outside though in the summer months. Should at least be able to see in the windows. A lizard running over here. Hey buddy. Where'd it go?
It's over there.
Oh, there he is. Ah!
Oh, and now he went down.
Darn it. Bye-bye, friend. So they would have been farming out here. Beautiful view.
Is it open?
It is? Great news. The door was not locked. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to this. Come on, guys.
That was so weird.
This fireplace. They've got lizards in their house. Probably when they were living in it, though, it would have been chinked way better around the edges. They would have taken a lot of pride in their home. Got glass windows. It was a big deal back then out on the prairie. Some pictures of the restoration. Quite a bit of work. Wow. Wonder if that's the original mantle. Ooh, that's sketchy. Ooh. The floor, sketchy. Feels bouncy. Yeah. I don't know that those are the original doors. The handles look original, but not the doors. How thick these walls are. That would help with the heating and cooling out here in the desert. Right next to the school/church. I love hearing the excitement. These are kids, they're not playing on video games and watching TV. They're out here exploring history, which is fantastic. They hang their clothes there. Aprons maybe. Or pictures. That might have, well, you wouldn't have had pictures that close together in a room this small, I don't think. Maybe you would. So maybe that would have been the picture rail, I don't know. Another fireplace.
Yeah, the basement's open.
That's not the basement, that's just an under stairwell.
Russell Family Band. Oh, okay, I was right. So that's why he had the two houses, was for his two wives. No, 4 wives. God, 4 wives. Well, I don't know where the other houses would have been. All right, do we dare? Oh my God, ooh boy. Oh, might as well, we're here. Oh, yikes. It's been restored though, so this has to at least be strong enough to hold us. God. You know, it's surprisingly not nearly as hot as I thought it would be up here, which has to be because of the adobe walls. Oh, wow. I've been talking a lot about perspective and appreciation, gratitude, stuff like that on my grown-up channel as I've been exploring graveyards and cemeteries and trying to make connections to my ancestors, etc., etc. This absolutely, oh look, there's my Reagan way out there. This gives perspective galore. Now for sure they wouldn't have had the ceiling just open like this. You can even see some of the old knob and tube. We had that in our house. We had to take it all out and replace it. So this house did, at least at one time, end up with electricity all the way out here. That's crazy. I would not have thought. And these walls, for sure, they would have had plaster and been painted. $1925. Huh. Oh, I didn't even go in this room. So my guess is kitchen and family room, kitchen and dining room probably back there. Obviously your parlor here, or sitting room, or whatever. And what is this? Oh, it stinks in here. They at one time would have had a stovepipe running from there and there. So my guess is that originally they were like regular fireplaces, wood burning, but then eventually they got like stoves. I don't know. These are just guesses. Just guessing. Oh, and there are some of the, when the town was here, of course, you had a saloon. And is that same schoolhouse? Has to be. So next to it would have been a saloon. Well, Daddy finished his ride and is coming to meet up with us here.
I need to go pee.
There's no facilities. You'll have to use I have tissues and wipes. Okay.
Civilization.
Civilization. That's a funny thing, Frugal friends. This would have been civilization. If you're out lost in the desert, you would have been so grateful to find this, especially the saloon that would have been right in between those two. I'm just kidding. Over here is the house of his other wife. One of his other wives, rather. But she did have glass windows. Oh! Oh, this is much bigger than I was expecting. Look at these low ceilings. Good Lord. She would have had it looking a lot nicer than this. This all would have been chinked real nice. Like, you wouldn't have had that hole right there. And then I bet she would have had it plastered and at least whitewashed. For sure. I'm guessing, though, this is just a guess, but a really good one, that this one room was the original house, and then these back rooms, yeah, definitely, because look at the timbers this one was built with, and then you've got this brick addition. So originally, she would have had this little tiny, who knows how many kids she had in here. Yikes. Oh, I can't even, oh, man. Can you imagine, Lulu? Like 5 or 6 or more kids in this little thing? No. And all your cooking and everything would have been at the fireplace. But then eventually they got this addition, and it wouldn't, this has been restored to an arrested state of decay, which is wonderful. I'm so grateful that people have done that to keep it from getting worse. But in her time, she would have had this much more put together, Just think about it. These timbers, they were just hand hewn. That's a word you don't get to use very often. Hand hewn. You can see each stroke. It just blows my mind. Look, I'm not saying we don't have our struggles in 2023, because we absolutely do. There's all kinds of stuff that these pioneers never could have anticipated or thought of in their worst nightmares. But I don't know, I don't choose all of our troubles that we have now, but I was definitely not built to be a pioneer. Early settler of any kind. Absolutely not. Be careful here. This is muddy. Oh. Now what about this? Would this have been the kitchen, the smokehouse? I don't know. Oh, they have an apple tree. I wonder how old that is. The town was officially abandoned in 1945. So my guess is it was somewhere in that era, not likely all the way back in the pioneer times, but I could of course be totally wrong. Oh, no, this would have been for animals, I think. Or is this just a big fancy outhouse? I'm gonna have to look it up, because it's pretty big. And where you've got these stalls, that's either animals or pooping places. Which one? Don't know yet. And you've got ventilation. I gotta find out. Gotta find out. I don't know. I don't know that you'd want your outhouse that close to your back door. You wouldn't want it too far, but I don't know you'd want it that close. My guess is it was for animals. That's just a guess, though. These apples look, well, probably ready. Close, anyway. There's some brick out there. I wonder if that's a foundation. Be careful, this is all soft. Ooh, very soft. Oh, yeah. But it's tiny. What would that have been? Not a house, maybe maybe an outhouse. Or maybe a smoking room where you'd smoke the meats. I don't know. You hear the sound of cars and whatnot, but in their time it would have been horses and cows, goats, you know. Kids at play, going to the school, people going to church, dances on a Friday night. You would have had lizards climbing all over your house. That would creep me out. Absolutely creep me out. There's a room up there. I didn't see anywhere for stairs, though. They had to have something, though, or maybe they used a ladder. Okay, I can't get up here, but we did find the way in to the loft. I wonder if it would have had glass windows. For sure, they had not just this stump, but some kind of, maybe a ladder even, or a really rough set of stairs. I'm guessing it was more like ladder stairs. Yeah, I didn't even notice that hole in there the first time in. Didn't realize there was even a second floor until I saw the window outside. Daddy went on his ride down the mountain while we've been exploring.
Wait, Dad, I want to see if you can see anything up there.
Well, yeah, because he's taller than us. Anyway.
Would you live here?
Oh, it's so hot. And this isn't even summertime. We're in September. Yeah, I saw it. I just can't decide if it's an outhouse or if it was for animals. Daddy, what are you doing? I don't know how stable it is, so don't go climbing and being crazy. So that's exactly what he's gonna do. This love of mine. Not much to see, huh?
That's true.
No ghosts. Bummer. Just one? Well, one is enough. No, it's so hot though. My goodness, so
This is
hot.
probably where they farmed. Right there.
Yeah, well, all around here they were farming.
Yeah, but
And had their animals. James, look, there's a foundation, a little foundation over here, but it would have been something small.
maybe it was a well.
Could be. Could be a well.
I really wish we could go to school. Maybe we should look through the windows.
They're high up. It'll be hard to look through them.
I know, but
Did you go in downstairs in this house? From the outside? What?
we went, but we couldn't see anything really.
What do you mean you couldn't see anything?
Well, like we could see that where stairs were. Like we could see stairs.
It wasn't open?
What do you mean?
Over here.
Oh, we went in there. We saw stairs.
So now we're gonna go look about this root cellar situation, and another guy was over there was just taking pictures for them, pointed out all the nail holes.
Be careful.
So at some point it must have
Down
had
there.
some kind of siding.
Well, if you get down there, be careful. Dad almost fell on my
Daddy almost fell?
Yeah,
Oh, then I'm doomed.
I did that though.
Don't worry, I'm being careful. Oh, Lord. Oh, my. Wait. So this would have been the root cellar, is my guess. I guess you could have slept down here when it was just too darn hot. You see their whole foundation. You've got your storage shelves over here. And I'm betting she would have had it real nice.
Pretty big.
All the bottled and canned preserves.
Dad, look through the little.
Oh yeah, you've got
Cellophane.
ventilation here. Don't know that that would have been their original, but... And then the stairs got boarded up,
Yeah.
and you've got the entrance here, so I'm guessing at whatever time they boarded that up, probably because they just needed the space, to be honest, then they had this, well, I don't know, this, you could have had both entrances really at the same time. And then you can see this is all new wood from the restoration of it. Look at this.
Maybe this is where the kids slept.
Well, in the hotter months, I mean, I think you would have had to. It'd be creepy, but I don't think they got creeped out as easily as us back then.
Windows.
No, because this is the foundation of the house. No, but I would bet that they would have slept down here, or at least outside, in the summer months, because the heat would have just been unbearable. So there's their little ventilation shafts. Hi, baby. Mimi's down there. And you got another one there. And so I think they probably did sleep down there, at least when it was really hot. Yeah. Well, not really, but I could hear you at least. Finally, the schoolhouse slash church slash community center slash dance hall. What, babes?
There's nothing back there.
Nothing? Not even a door?
Nope.
Oh,
Dad, you should look through these windows.
interesting. Windows are up so high. I wonder if that was so that people couldn't be looking out the windows and had to pay attention. That's my guess. Kids in school, people in church. Don't be getting distracted. So we'll have the windows up really high. There is a basement of some kind. We've seen two of these vents. Really thick adobe brick walls.
Mom, there's a lizard.
There's lizards all over. They were running all over those houses. How would that be? I'll try to get a view inside with the GoPro. It's extended as high as it'll go. I don't know if that'll have caught anything, and especially with the glare, but we got lizards
Dad was squirting
absolutely
a lizard.
everywhere. Daddy, don't be silly.
So now we want to go in the other one over there.
Oh yeah, we haven't even been over to that one yet. Thank you. All right, one more. And there's a remnant of a foundation here. And this is up on blocks. So my guess, this is just a guess, is that the house was originally on part of this foundation, because over there it doesn't even have a foundation. But it wouldn't fit on this foundation, so I don't know. I don't know. And two back doors? What's that about? Huh.
Look, this would also be a perfect hiding spot.
Yeah, I couldn't see you at all up there.
Well, there might have been a ceiling at the time. And there was probably, because this is all new timber, all of this. Yeah.
Window up there.
Yeah, for sure, there was a loft up there, if not a full floor. Who knows? Looks like all that was left of this one was just this box. Because the doors, that's all new wood, new hardware. Would I want to live in here? No, absolutely not.
But you would have 2 sticks.
Would I want to camp in here? Yes. Isn't that funny? A place that back in those days was just regular life, for us would be seriously roughing it.